Allison Ziegler, creator and founder of Allison Ziggy. Thank you so much for joining me on what? Like it's hard? This is week 4. I can't believe it. It's kind of funny. Being an entrepreneur, you honestly lose track of time. I think that time becomes a little bit different because in the hours that you're not working, your full day job, you are creating a company or doing something related to that. So I was writing up what I wanted to talk about this week, and there's so much content. So I skipped over. We're not going to do a product showcase today because I want to keep these like 10, 11 minutes long. But with that being said, I have a lot to say. So let's get to it. Okay, this week I have my very first event ever. It is called Pizzazz Your Planner. As you all know, the AZ in the words is like a key marketing strategy that we're doing here. So Pizzazz Your Planner. It's going to be led by yours truly. Wait, it looks like I was just like flicking off the camera. Okay, so it's going to be led by me. The first half hour is going to be, it's from September 25th from 6:30 to 8:30. The first half hour or so, we're going to do like a little networking event, maybe some like Instagram worthy, I don't know, still working on that. But then the next half hour portion is going to be me kind of just laying out how to use a planner, what kind of information you can store in it, just kind of how I use my planner and how you can also use yours effectively. The second half hour is going to be dedicated to going over supply. So in addition to a printout in terms of like where you can purchase everything, I'm going to just lay out what I use, how I use it, the creative uses I have for different products, and just what I do with my planners and how I customize them. And then the last half hour is going to be just actually applicating, is that even a word? Actually applying like the information that I've shared in the first beginning hour of the class. So it should be really interesting. I'm really excited. It is on Eventbrite. I'll include a link in the show notes so that you can join if you are interested. I definitely wanted to just do a little plug for that. I'm really excited. I'm on day 13 of Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living Challenge. No gluten, no dairy, no coffee, no alcohol. It's crazy because like a year ago I could have never done this challenge. Like I would have been like, who would go a month without alcohol? That's crazy. But like with my life now in North Carolina, it's like a much slower pace, and it's like, it's honestly not even that hard. I just eat brown rice pasta most of the time, but I thought I would really miss like cheese or like dairy, but it's been so much easier than I anticipated. So I'm really excited. I feel really good. I have a lot of energy. I did switch CrossFit, so I go at 6 o'clock in the mornings, which has been huge. It's given me my evenings back. So I really have so much more time in the day when I go before work. So that's a little change that I made in my schedule that's like changed my whole life. So morning workouts, day is focusing on my job, and then evening I can focus on Allison Ziggy. Sometimes I have events, things like that. So like my event coming up. Okay, media consumption. Kathrin Zenkina had a challenge. It was Make Money Your Bay, and it was 5 days just focusing on your money mindset, which was really helpful. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I didn't like social share the posts every day. I just felt kind of like it was a forced thing to do, and so like I obviously support everything. Well, I mean, I support everything that she's done so far, so I don't know. I was good to participate in the challenge, and I knew that I wasn't going to win the prize that she had because I'm winning the trip to Bali, and you can't really win both. So it's kind of like if there was no incentive in me for it, I just didn't post. But it really was just about reshaping your relationship with money and kind of viewing it as an actual relationship. So yeah, because it's ultimately the most important relationship in your life, because it thereby dictates how the other relationships in your life, like the quality of them. Like if you have a poor relationship with money, your sense of self can even be tied to that negatively. So it was just a really interesting challenge. It's all on her podcast, Manifestation Babe. So I'd recommend checking it out. I started today James Wedmore's Mind Your Money Challenge. So I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get more educated on finance. I mean, effectively running a business, you really need to be able to handle money well. It's just on a bigger scale. So I'm taking that. It was just like take an inventory of all your money like across the board, and so I just really am taking ownership of everything, and I'm just really excited because it goes on and up from here. And you know, I do love money, so I love making money, and I love spending it, but I just feel like I've really been investing in myself lately. So yeah, we'll see, because investments pay off. So I'm really excited to partake in that challenge. That challenge you can't do unless you're a business by design student, but just felt like it was worth mentioning. So, okay, Lewis Howes School of Greatness. Lewis Howes' podcast is just amazing, but he had Sara Blakely on there, and I had known who she was because she's a tried out, and I didn't really know much about her. I mean, she's the billionaire founder of Spanx. She was the youngest self-made billionaire before Kylie Jenner, and probably Elizabeth Holmes until she got defrauded, or that's not a word either, but before she got but she's so amazing. Oh my gosh, I almost cried during the podcast because she was just talking about starting her company, and she spent 7 years in IT sales just like me. She was like, I would literally watch people rip my business card up in front of me, and I'm like, yes, that's what I do every day. Just substitute fax machines for internet service and we're living the same life, girl. So, but she came up with the idea for Spanx when she was 27. I came up with the idea for Allison Ziggy when I was 27. And then it took her 2 years of just working nights and weekends to really execute on her plan and create something tangible. She wrote her own patent and had an attorney just do a little piece of it, but it was just about how she hustled, and she was creative about going after her dreams. And it's her dad used to inspire her by saying he wanted her to fail because it meant that she was trying something. And so it was just I just felt so inspired after listening to it, kind of okay, if she can do it, I can. I feel our personalities are kind of similar. She's a little quirky and interesting. She's blonde. I loved her. So she's on my list of people I want to one day meet. So and her name Blakely is almost like Blake Lively, who's my favorite actress of all time. So just so many connections. But yes, that podcast episode, I'll be sure to link that too. Books, A Truly Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I've been rereading that, as I said. I'll put a link to that. It's so good. It's about this character named April May, and she stumbles across a statue that ends up, she films a video that goes viral, and it changes the course of her entire life. It's just about how things happen in unexpected ways. So that's a really good book. I'm also reading Money, Master the Game by Tony Robbins. I've learned a little bit about finance from doing that. It's kind of dense, so obviously I'm reading A Truly Remarkable Thing in my spare time. I'm not as interested in the Tony Robbins book, but since I am really committed to learning about finance and just mastering the money game, I did make sure to read about that book. It's just about maximizing your 401k. He talks about every aspect of money, and I don't know, I feel with my 401k I just don't look, but it's no, you shouldn't be playing against the market. I don't know, all these interesting things. I don't want to start talking about them because I don't know how to eloquently go into detail, but I've learned a lot. I learned about the S&P 500. That was interesting. You almost never beat the market, so you shouldn't pay a broker, and you should get a fiduciary, because a fiduciary has the best interest of the clients in mind, as opposed to a broker who is ultimately paid based on how the house does. So then sometimes they'll make recommendations that aren't necessarily in the client's ultimate best interest. So that was interesting. Networking and events. Friday I went to the Orby CIO Awards, and it kind of felt like my old world. It was just they used to call them TSS events, but it was just all these tables with all these vendors, and honestly I felt insecure at it. It's because I haven't been doing very well at my job, I know, and my manager called me out on Friday, and I had a breakdown. I bawled my eyes out, and thank God I did, because it means that I care, and I do care, and I do know that I can do well at this job, and I am going to. So I'm going to make it work. My aunt so kindly pointed out I'm not winning that trip to Bali unless I have every area of my life in alignment, and that includes my job, because that's a big area of my life. So I'm just really committed. I've taken so many steps to it's I feel like the old Allison again. I just feel so good. I just sense of I'm wearing my pit shirt too, so it's really old Allison. No, it's just I needed that kick in the ass to just be what the hell are you doing? And I was you're right. Thank you. Because he's I believe in you, and you need to believe in yourself, and I do, and I'm gonna kill it this week. I will not end the month with $0 in sales because that's not the Allison Ziegler way. So with, oh yes, I got my photo shoot pictures back from Leandra, so it's Leandra Creative Co. I'll put a link to her site too, but they look so good. I haven't posted any on social yet because I'm an overthinker and don't know how I want to use them. But yes, the photos came back and they're amazing. I'm so excited. I also got a spray tan from California, or not California, Carolina Glow Girl. I love her. Her name's Elise. She's great. So I will put links to those as well if you like my nice tan. Upcoming, Pizzazz Your Planner. Hope you didn't forget. September 25th, 6:30 to 8:30. And trying to think if there's anything else. I haven't really been keeping up with my Business by Design courses. We had a call this past week, so I did that. I guess upcoming, what I really want to focus on is my job. I need some money. So really excited. Thank you for tuning in for this week of What? Like It's Hard. And